I was out here yesterday and none of this was spread out. It was all mud. Now I can get in the side garage here. Well, mostly they're going to get more chips, finish all this out. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. I am here to talk about Celicas and maybe a Camry. This is my latest little misadventure. This is a 1992 Celica GTS, an all original, for the most part, one owner car. I bought it from its original owner, a really nice gentleman in Wisconsin. It all started so simply, though. It started with this. This is my 1993 Celica GT, a little less loaded, but completely original car as well. 60,000 miles when I got it, 63,000 on it. This has 84,000 miles on it. This was so nice, so original, that I won a AACA Junior with it, and then took it to, that was last year in 23 in Hershey, and then I took it down and got the topper in Charlotte in spring of 24. So nice that in late February, early March, I found out about this. This is the car that I dreamed of, a 1990 Celica GTS. This is the wide body, and this is a pretty much original vehicle. A lot more miles on it. This is a lot more loaded too, but it's also a car that has 135,000 miles on it now. I put about 3,000 or so on it. So it's like, okay, good. I had the one that I drive around, but then I got the fever to start working on this, and I restored the wheels. And got new tires on it, detailed under the hood, got the bumper resprayed, had the seats touched up, lots of little things, touched up everything you can on this car. And lo and behold, I went out and got a first junior, which is the first award any AACA car can get. This one in 23, this one in 24. I'm gonna go for the senior with it in Charlotte this coming April of 25. And that was fun, and that was fine. And then weird things, people say, where do you find these cars? And I'm like, they kind of find me, because I was getting ready to take that to Hershey, running around like a madman with the rest of my life also going on. And I found this on Hemmings, and the more I looked at it, original owner car, 84,000 mile car. And it is also a GTS, so it's the wide body, but it's the refreshed wide body. So it has the different front fascia, rear tail lights, a few other things, different head unit for the System 10, fully loaded. These both have leather System 10, analog brakes, four-wheel disc brakes, all the stuff. Boxes were checked on these cars. And then, since this is a 92, I went ahead, and that ABD 6877 was the plate combination given to me by the state of Pennsylvania when I bought my first brand new car, which was a 1992 Camry. It was supposed to be a Celica, but then I changed my mind when I saw the new Camry. And I figured if I got a 92, may as well get the original plate for it. And that's what I did. But I found this week of Hershey, and so now I have 3 Celicas, and it's not a lot of money in all these cars. And I will tell you, I mean, all 3 together are less than one all-track. I'm looking for an all-track, but preferably a 91 in blue. Just putting it out there. So red, white, blue, gray. But this gray one here is a nice driving car. So is the white one. The red one is too, but it's a little bit different. It's a slightly more miles on the engine. It's an older version of the engine that's in these. This thing shifts a little bit differently, has a little more torque. That one has way more torque. And these are just more, I don't know, I like getting in this thing and just drive it. It's, I like driving all these, but this is the one that's kind of like I never expected on having. And, it's a fun car. And so the reason I was able to pull this in, they put the chips in there, and I made this realization that the bathroom I had framed, I had designed, I had everything put in here, went out, and it went out a little bit further than I thought it would, but that's okay. When I measured, I'm like, well, I think the Celica will fit in there. So I was able to check that out because my mind was going like, please let it work, and it works. It's one of those things that a lift should fit in here. So I'm gonna put a lift in here, put 2 of the Celicas in here, 2 of the shorter cars, and that'll be 2 of them out of the way. And then I have like a couple more to put in here, and you know, a couple of them are big. I have a Chrysler, 57 Chrysler, and some other stuff. Check out my page if you have been here before, you know it. But these are my favorites. This one's fun, but I don't know how favorite it is. I keep saying it. I want to clean it up. I want to do a few more things. I mean, it's a pretty nice car. Look how clean that is. That's dirt right there. It's a clean car. It's a nice car. But I'm still sorting on this car, and that's okay. Sorted. Pretty much sorted from the box. It was pretty amazing. So was the white one. The white one just needed a timing belt. So did this one. And when you do a timing belt, that's pretty, you know, you got to do the water pump. You got to do it right. I have great mechanics in Greensburg. It's called Sarah Automotive. They've been Toyota people for years and years and years, and they work on all my cars. And my Toyotas are in good hands there. So, you know, this one was a lot more sorting, but it's so much worth it. You know, that's the brochure car. This is like the bread and butter car. This is what, like, someone went in there going, you know what, this is a little more reasonable. I can live with this, and that's cool. There's not very many of these things that survive, and the fact that I have 3 of them that are so gosh darn nice. I had these wheels restored on this. I had the, I just picked it up from that, and I had these Pirelli P700Zs on it. These are, when you bought an all-track, you got these. When you got the GTS, you got these as well. So, you know, I mean, look how meaty that rubber is on a early 90s car compared with a little less meaty on there. But, and you can see how less wide that is. You have to have mud flaps on that. There's no room for mud flaps on this or the red one. These are the big wide bodies. So I have them all set. I have them now. I just got to pop the battery off of this one, popped it off of that one and that one. And it's nice because as good looking as it is today here, it's getting cold. I mean, we're mid to late November. So if you've not seen my garage videos, a lot has happened in the last week. Landscaping has come along. They got this part out of the way, and I'm gonna have my pull in for there you go, the big garage. And then I'm almost able to, once I get the debris out of there, do a straight on pull into these. It's a little interesting driving on gravel, especially with a manual transmission as you're pulling in. You just gotta get used to it. And coming in there, especially I had to come in on an angle because I couldn't really go in straight with all the mud, but so much better than having to use a ramp. And now, if you saw my early videos with this, there were all these bushes here, and now they're not. And it's gonna clean up so nice. I'm gonna have all my utilities realigned. Electricity's coming this week. It's all ready to go. Gas lines in place, sewer lines in place, water lines been in place. So all of my utilities are pretty much ready. And then we get the green light and we get the okay from the municipality, and I can go ahead and have my plumber put in an HVAC system. I'm gonna put in heat, ventilation, air conditioning, the whole thing. This is a full-size bathroom. A bathroom as big as you'd want in your house. And it sounds weird, but that's something I didn't want to skimp on. And compromise this garage bay here, but not a big deal. I can still fit one of these, and on a lift, 2 of these. These are 12-foot high ceilings. Flat, these are low interference garage door openers and garage door tracks. Definitely wanted that. So if I'm able to do one lift, so 2 cars here, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and quite frankly, the possibility of, if these aren't too long of vehicles, another one in here, or I have workshop space. Because I'm not really gonna be able to have, like a workbench in here. It's wide enough for all these cars, but it's not wide enough to have a workbench, and that's okay. So, I'm not really gonna be doing a lot of, I don't know. It's primarily a car storage, car work on place. One of the lifts, probably where the gray Celica is right now, will be a service lift. The rest of these are gonna be stacker lifts, and it is what it is. So, not a bad problem. So, thank you for checking out the craziness. Thank you for being here with me while I finally got my 3 Celicas together. And I never thought I'd have one, let alone 2, let alone 3. But it's a 1990. That's a 1992. And that's a 1993. Yeah, we're missing 91. So, I'm gonna call it right now. There's gonna be a 1991 blue all-track that's gonna pop up. I want an all-track, I really do. Will I find one? Maybe not, probably not. I mean, honestly, add all 3 of these together, nowhere near the cost of a all-track. And, if that's the case, I might put a Chrysler up for sale and a Boomer box and a couple other things. But I love these Celicas. And if you love these kind of Celicas, stay tuned for the other stuff. Like, this is fun. This is a 5-speed. All these are 5-speeds. I have a 78 Bronco, some other really cool, interesting stuff. I just got working on my 85 Pontiac 6000, similar to a car I learned to drive on. And I cannot begin to tell you how excited I am for that thing, to show that in a video in a few months when it is done. It's like this one. The same person who I did a lot of the work and I took it up to him and he brought it to the next level. He's gonna be doing a lot more work on it because he's got an indoor big shop and he's gonna do things like, touching up these arms and everything. And there's not really any rust on the car. It just needs the paint really gone through, needs some touch up in some spaces, some really cool stuff. And he's very good with getting cars ready for shows and that level of quality. And he wants to do it. And that's the other thing. It's hard to find people that want to do that, share your vision for something like that. Because he's gonna work on it when he has time over the winter, which is awesome because it'll be in his nice big shop, heated shop, and he'll work on it and have it ready. So thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, share with your friends, and communicate. Have a great day.